own language.
Hi guys, Georgiana Sobres.
My name is Georgiana Sobres and I am a legal immigrant. My parents, they came here in the United States 1947.
Can you hear back there?
Yes.
And my dad, he was a professional hockey player, very known in Prague, and he represented Czechoslovakia twice in Olympic Games. And 1947, as soon as that started to be apparent, Russians will occupy the Czechoslovakia. My father played hockey outside of Czechoslovakia in Western Europe and stayed with whole team. And my mom, she that time was still not iron curtain, that was a little bit, border was a little bit free, so she escaped through the night, and she ended up in Germany, and they met in Austria and stayed in American camp in Austria. I didn't see my parents for 20 years. My parents were, they didn't have any other way to punish them, so they kept me there. I tried to escape from Czechoslovakia, not once but 3 times, and of course that time that was already Iron Curtain, and they caught me and put me in jail. First time I was 15 years old. They don't ask you if you are a child or 15, for them you are adult, period. Okay? So, I don't like to bore you with all kinds of details, and believe me, that was very, very hard. Children who have parents in the United States or a so-called imperialistic country, they are considered enemy of the state. Okay? Anytime something happened politically in Czechoslovakia, I was first one who was picked out, and they asked me if I know somebody or what I heard or whatever, you know, whatever going on. And so 1967, like I say, I don't like to even go in detail, that was horrible life, period. I got education there. You know, I was a very good student, and first I stayed with my grandmother, with my mother, then my grandfather died, my grandmother got sick, and I was in convent, and was in orphanage, which was convent, and I was raised by nuns. Thanks God for them. Okay, they were very good women, and I didn't like it many things before, because we have to cook, we have to clean, and but this was very useful. I did have kids and marriage and everything, so I know how to cook, I know how to bake, and so on and so forth. But anyway, that was the life, and like I say, 1967, I got not passport, but little permission to go to Bulgaria through Yugoslavia, that time Yugoslavia. And my husband and I and our little son, I told him that time, I say, I am not coming back to Prague. We will try to escape. So we crossed the border from Rijeka to Trieste, to Italy, and end up in American refugee camp. And now I will tell you where your tax dollars goes. thanks God for American refugee camps. Okay? They fed us, they clothed us, they told us, yes, we were there and we were not able to go outside until we got little permission from Italian government, and so then we can start to move a little bit through Italy. But, I'm sorry, but otherwise we have to stay in the camp. Camp in Patriciano was beautiful. That was like hotel. You know, each of us, especially families, we got new madrasses, and we got, that was a little room, little kitchenette, and little like living room. You know, that was it. I'm sorry. And we stayed there for 7 months. And why we stayed there for 7 months? Because I will tell you how you emigrate to United States. First, they put us in quarantine. Okay, so make sure we will not have TB or syphilis or AIDS or anything like that to coming to United States. Okay, and all kinds of transmittable diseases which we have it now and we didn't have it before. So we came here, and I know families who child have TB and they are not in the United States. You know, they have to emigrate to Australia because United States didn't take them. And that was child, so what they think. What they supposed to do, you know, they cannot leave the child behind, so they all family went to Australia. But anyway. And then we have to answer all kinds of questions. Like everybody else, you are Americans, and if policemen stop you, you have to give them your driver's license, you have to show it insurance, and if you do a little bit more, so he will ask you all kinds of questions, what you doing, right? So same thing. Same thing, embassy, American embassy, ask us what we did before, okay? What, first of all, what kind of education we have, what kind of job we were holding, if we are able to support ourselves. And yes, I have PhD in chemistry, and my husband was a doctor. We didn't have any problems. We met in university and so on and so forth. But anyway, that's what we have to answer. We have to answer if we were ever in Communist Party. So we have to answer all kinds of what we were doing before. And that was no problem. And then American embassy investigate what we saying, if that's true. Okay? And then we got slowly all kinds of papers and came here with green card, and we were able to start to work and so on and so forth. In the United States we have to register by the mail for 5 years, right? Before we got our citizenship, so our government will know where we are and where we live. And then we got our citizenship. I never was more proud that day what I got my citizenship and took the oath, you know, to be American.
Yes.
And believe me, I am American. Only thing what is left is my accent. It's absurd what President is doing with amnesty. Okay? And if people think they will get the citizenship and will be easier than to get the dog license